Hi good people, welcome to my YouTube channel. Today I'm joined with an amazing gentleman here from the Caribbean. I know you could have seen him on my channel before, but today we're going to have a very interesting and different discussion. So we're going to talk about something very interesting. For those who are new, maybe you can start by introducing yourself.
Okay, greetings. This is NIKOSI. Give thanks for tuning in and watching, and keep supporting this sister. Very good sister. So the birds, they're giving me a message. So as I said, keep on supporting this sister. Give thanks for tuning in, and keep supporting.
NIKOSI, where are you from?
As I tell you, I already said, I'm from your heart.
You're from my heart.
Yeah,
okay, NIKOSI is from my heart. That's a lie.
It's the truth, man.
Okay, why do you say so?
Okay, so if you look into quantum physics, your heart literally projects your entire reality. So people always ask, where do you live? I don't really subscribe to borders and these different labels of countries and states. I don't dwell in that state of mind. Message. I don't dwell in that state of mind. I dwell in the universe. So I don't really, see no separation. So if I say I dwell in your heart, I'm saying literally, I'm just reminding you subconsciously that your heart is projecting you this image of me, but truly I'm you. I'm literally you.
Wow.
There's no separation.
Wow, that's very interesting. So I realized you have very interesting beliefs and perspectives about life. So that's why I decided to actually really have or do this on video, because it's kind of different and it's quite interesting. So tell me, what do you believe in?
I believe and I know life. I believe and I know God. I believe and I know myself. You see what I'm saying? So it's beyond even a belief. It's a knowing.
So who is God to you?
I.
You are God.
I am you.
Okay. You are me. And who is God?
NIKOSI.
NIKOSI is God.
That's my name. You don't know what NIKOSI means? You tell me it's a South African name.
Okay, so it's South African name. What does it mean?
You know what NIKOSI means in South Africa.
No, I don't know what it means.
Lord, God.
Oh, yes. From the South African anthem, NIKOSI means God.
Yeah.
Oh, so you're God.
I am that I am.
Okay. What do you believe in?
I believe in myself. I believe in God.
Yeah.
The Most High. The Most High, yeah.
So you're not a Christian, you're a Muslim, you're not...
Truly, I'm everything, which is nothing.
Wow. Okay, stop making it complicated for me now.
Okay, you might be receiving it as if it's complicated, though truly, I tell you, it's very simple. Once again, I'm breaking the illusion of separation. Separation brings sufferation. Separation brings confusion. Remember this. Nothing is separate. A house divided against itself can't stand. Yes, we know there's an illusion of separation, and we can live in that illusion, though one must remember the origin and the root of all. You see what I'm saying? So when you really check it out and you just go deeper, you realize that all the different religions, they're saying the same thing in different languages and cultures and perspectives around the same thing, and then everyone feels like this is my truth, that's your truth. The truth is the truth. It's not an opinion. We have a lot of different opinions because the illusion of separation, though there's just one truth. There's one God, for lack of better words. We're using the word God as we're utilizing this English Babylon language at the moment. Yeah.
So there's also something that you mentioned that was quite interesting to me. We were talking about, earlier on when you were talking about the challenges that we face, we talked about the self-hatred and stuff like that. Yeah, and then we talked about, you asked me a very interesting question, and I said it's the conditioning, the way people have been conditioned. That's why some things are as they are. And you are saying, like, we have the power to take control, and nobody is to blame for our. So tell me about that.
Now, when you're blaming people, you're blaming society, you're blaming the devil, you're blaming white people, you're blaming Chinese people, you're blaming black people, any label you want to put on it, any twist or turn. Once again, there's no separation. So as you're blaming someone, it's really ricocheting and coming right towards you. You have the power. Each time you blame someone, you're giving that other entity power over you. You can control your destiny if you remember. So, yeah, there's no one to blame. We have to really step up to the plate and heal. We must heal. We must heal. A lot of us forget the healing part. We just think, oh, you know, we're woke, or oh, I just want money, or whatever desires you have. The fact is, we're healing.
So we're also talking about Africa being the richest country, the richest continent, yet the poorest, because you know, we have lots of resources, right? But then you know, there's conflict in most places that are like rich of resources. There's conflict, like people are fighting each other, as the West is actually taking the resources. So who's to blame?
Once again, it's self. You blame yourself. The West or the white people or this or that, they're just projections of your subconscious showing you a part of yourself that you have to heal through. You must heal through it. If not, you'll just keep repeating and going through these cycles until you figure it out. So as far as resources, Africa does have all of the resources. We know this. This is common sense. Though it's very uncommon sense at this moment in time as to why it has so many resources. It has all the resources because this is the source. That's why it's called resource. And it's rich far beyond their fiat currency. The issue and the reason why so many people will continue to be slaves and to suffer is because they want to use these resources here in Africa the same way that the current colonial masters are using these resources, which means to come destroy it, to pillage and to rape and to just cause confusion. The answer is not to build big corporations and chase money. That's not the answer. The answer is life and self-sufficiency and sovereignty. Africa will continue and always be the most resourceful place, and the people will continue to be the poorest people if they don't remember themselves. They have to know themselves, because once you know yourself, you already know you're rich. Beyond the money thing, because you're the true money, you're the true currency. And I would like to say this one more thing on as far as this question, because that's a very interesting question. See, people are poor because they have a poor state of mind. People are in poverty because they are impoverished in the way they think, the way they look at themselves, their sense of self, which is their ego, the false ego that the world has given them. They literally are impoverished. We are. And we must heal. We have to really remember. That's all it takes, is to remember. And I'm that spark. I'm the seed. So, yeah.
So basically what you're saying, we cannot blame anybody. We cannot blame the West, or we cannot blame like the white people for all the misfortunes that happen in Africa. We have to take charge.
Yes.
Of what is happening.
Precisely.
I also realized you are so passionate about the environment and environmental conservation. Tell me about that.
Now, as I said previously, here in this part of Africa, in East Africa alone, the deforestation is at a rapid rate. Actually, on the continent, it's actually more deforestation here than anywhere on Earth. They use this place like a little playground, all in the name of money. Yeah. It's more in the East Africa than West Africa. Mind you, this is an equatorial region, and there's so many different types of climates and microclimates. You got desert, this, that. It wasn't always so. Even Egypt wasn't desert. It was not always so. Libya, all these different places in North Africa, those were all Nubian, those were all Kushite, those were dark-skinned people from light brown to dark brown. So these new occurrences is because we have went away from life. And a simple way to share with you how we went away from life is something as simple as cutting trees for money. We cut so many trees. When you're cutting a tree, you're actually cutting a nerve cell in your body. You're cutting a part of the immune system, because the earth is your body.
So what are you, as NIKOSI, what are you doing in environmental conservation?
Environmental conversation.
Like, are you doing anything to like really
you mean,
protect
am I
the
a part
environment?
of? You saying, am I a part of any NGOs or stuff like that?
Not necessarily NGOs. You don't have to be part of NGOs. Like, what initiative as an individual are you doing, or are you taking to educate people about the importance of conserving the environment?
All right. One thing is, first of all, sharing this message with you through, the vibration of my vocals. Outside of that, something as simple as literally stop using combs, stop cutting your hair. Stop using combs and cutting your hair. Now let me connect the dots, because that might sound left field.
Okay.
Let me connect the dots for you.
Okay.
The entire earth is a hologram. It's literally you. So you're walking around inside of your own body. When you cut trees, it's really just a derivative. Since we cut everything, we just destroy ourselves, so of course we're going to destroy others. So a key step to environmental conservation is to stop supporting barbershops. All of that stuff is Babylon. Beauty supply. Go look at the ingredients in your hair products, the shampoo, the conditioner, and then to the brethren, go look at the different ingredients inside the grease and the oils you put on your head. Combs, all of these things. You see the static electricity when you use these metal and plastic combs. Listen, you're an electrical entity. You don't have to use plastic. Plastic and all these things is actually compromising to your magnetic field. So once you stop cutting your hair, it's symbolic. You might think, oh, that's just your hair. How's that the environment? You are the earth. You're literally a leaf off of a tree, which in essence makes you that same tree. So once you stop cutting your hair, it's kind of like you start looking at nature different, because human nature starts to permeate through you, and then you want to respect even what appears to be the external nature.
You never cut your hair?
Have I ever in my life, or are you saying will I do it now?
No, have you ever done it?
Yeah, man, I used to be in Babylon. I used to, I rose from the dead like a phoenix. I rose from the dead like a phoenix. So
since then you've never cut? You don't even ever intend?
No. Why would I do so?
So what if your beard grows too long?
I just surrender to the will of the universe. I surrender to God's will. I let life flow, I was once dead, I rose from the dead like a phoenix from the dust. So
are you vegetarian?
I don't really deal with labels and those things. One would label me as a vegan, though I just eat plant-based food, As we say in Jamaica, we say aital.
Aital.
Aital. Yeah.
Aital, to mean what?
It's just like food that give you life, life-giving food, because life is the road. So, electrical, high vibrational food. Yeah.
Okay.
Like vitality. Yeah.
Wow. Your perspectives about life are quite interesting. Like, I've never heard of people saying, oh, don't cut your hair.
Truly though,
this is the first time I'm getting someone saying, oh, don't cut your hair. I'm like, okay.
I know this is all just kind of like weird to the average person checking it out, though. Once you go deeper, you'll find the truth. You'll find yourself, because I am you. And I really recommend, let life be life.
So you were in Kenya recently when there was like some white Jesus?
Yes, man.
You saw that?
Yeah, that was something.
So what was your take about it? What did you think?
Well, as it says in their Bible, many will come and say they are Christ. It's a part of these revelations. So if you read the Torah, or you even look in the Old Testament, this is all it's just been written. There's nothing new under the sun, which I am. So when you see these different people saying these things, just listen to your heart. Use your discernment. Hopefully you're not so desensitized where you can't even discern anything. Yeah.
Maybe one last thing.
I can share how in Africa, a lot of our brethren and sisters have to actually start moving away. I recommend for us to start progressing and growing away from consuming so much flesh, because that also goes into the destruction of the environment, if we're going to speak on environmental conservation. Because first of all, they're cutting the billions of trees not only to sell the timber and the lumber, they're cutting it because they're making space for their cows. As we know, cows didn't originate here. Cows are a domestic, genetically modified entity.
Really?
Yeah.
Cows, where did cows come from?
Somewhere in Asia and Europe and stuff like that.
So there were no cows in Africa?
No.
When was that?
Maybe buffalo and things like that.
Oh,
this is going on like maybe a couple thousands of years if you want to use Gregorian calendar. Though, you know, it's just a nick of time. It's nothing. This is a very recent occurrence. This is not something that naturally occurred. Though, even if it wasn't the original occurrence, in nature you have a lot of different mutations. So mutations do occur, and what I'm saying is that this new cow entity that we're dealing with these different livestocks that we're breeding, the cows, the goats, the sheep, majority are literally hybrid and genetically spliced entities. And when you consume these things, it's actually, first of all, most of us humans are actually hybrid and modified anyway, but when you consume these things, it's inhibiting you to stay within that frequency. You're not able to heal your genes. Because one thing about the body is that whatever environment you give it, it will respond to that stimuli. So with epigenetics, it shows that your body literally can grow from the mutation that you might have expressed genetically. So even if, let's say, all right, you born on the continent, right?
Yeah, I'm born here.
I'm an African, right? According to the labels.
Yeah.
Even though I wasn't born here, right?
Yeah.
It was born in me. And we know slavery occurred, so they might say I have maybe 2% or whatever of some kind of other hybrid entity within my gene pool. Now with epigenetics, you could actually heal your gene play out once you put yourself in the environment that will allow you to genetically thrive. Yeah, so to finalize what I'm saying with this environmental conservation, I recommend that one and all stop the consuming of cows, pigs, goats. All of these are plantation food. And I know that Kenya and all these different government corporations are plantations, so that's why we're consuming it as slaves on the plantation. Now I'm reminding you, you are kings and queens. Step into your divinity.
Wow.
Yeah.
I love that.
Yeah.
You heard him, right? You are kings and queens and you need to step into your divinity.
Yeah,
That's
man.
very interesting. So thank you so much for watching. I really loved doing this with you. I loved hosting you. I hope we'll keep meeting as long as you're around.
Yes.
Yeah, I hope we'll keep meeting. So thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this show. Leave a comment. Let me know what you think. And in case you're new and you just stumbled on this channel and you're not subscribed, kindly do so that you can keep growing. And when you subscribe, don't forget to tap the bell. You know, we need to reach to as many people as possible with some good messages such as this. Until next time, peace.
Bless.
Bless up.